Meanwhile... Dracula's castle has now been cleansed and is now bright and happy again, I suppose. That is, until Dracula returns the next time and another Belmont, or in this case, Kamui, has to take him down. Speaking of down, we now have a path down. Also, this music's pretty nice. I like how the music changes throughout here. I just haven't really heard much of it since, you know... Since, I can't really... I have the sound down low to make sure that it doesn't pick up in my recording. And back to the original. I'm kind of disappointed the Alucard fight didn't last very long. Now, hopefully, there'll be a star on Dracula's castle. Let's see. Yep, I can see that star faintly off the corner of Corrin's face, so yeah. We've cleared that area, so now it's time to take on the Zelda realm. There are quite a lot of characters we don't actually have yet, so yeah. I guess I'll use Richter next time, because we just recruited him. Am I going the right way? Yes, I am. Good. And so we must enter the Sacred Realm. Like I said before, this is perfectly appropriate because the Sacred Land was corrupted and turned into the Dark World by Prince Darkness Ganon. Now, I've heard this fight is very similar to Snorlax. Of course, Hostile Assist Trophies for Girahim. And it's this song again. Right, Richter. Richter, there you are. Richter! Apparently Richter's more popular in Japan, and Simon is more popular outside of Japan. Isn't that just a slightly brighter version of your normal outfit? That's weird. No, let's just use regular Richter for now. But I think Richter is supposed to be... I'm actually going to keep using Medusa, even though I have a disadvantage, because this is going to be fun. Kind of like being giant. This might mean my whip goes right over your head, though. Well, you're also probably giant, so we'll see. Ready? Go! Not as giant as I expected. Yep, it's Demon Lord Villain again. Really? Well, Richter is an expert at slaying demons, so I suppose that makes sense. But yeah, I think Richter is canonically the second most powerful Belmont in the series, next to Julius Belmont, who was the only one to have actually killed Dracula for good. Are we gonna have a Who's Lying puzzle? I think we are. Navarre? Well, I guess that sort of makes sense. Should we head for that fighter? It looks like it's going to be tricky finding them in those lost woods. Or we can head this way, which leads up into more... Sword that seals the darkness can cleave the glow. Oh, unless it's just, you know, random hit. Calamity Ganon! Okay then. Which so many people just found this name impossible to take seriously because it sounds like Calamity Jane. But anyway. Oh no, escort mission. You occasionally take sudden damage after a little while, maybe referencing the miasma. The enemy is giant. Well, of course they are. I guess all of my... Oh, there we go. I guess I can use you. Where's that? There we go. Let's do that. Another giant fight.
Ready? Go!
Oh, this song is in this game. Yeah, I remember this song being considered pretty good. I've heard that also that this fight, it's very easy for Calamity Ganon to end up suiciding himself off the edge. Zelda isn't even doing anything. That's not good. Ow. Okay then. That sword really hurts. It is Prince Darkness Ganon after all. He does do a lot of damage. Remember how bad Sigma was earlier in this game? I remember.
Ready? Go!
Oh, I wanted to use the cross. After all, the only way you can, well, actually, it's not a vampire. Should have referenced that earlier. The only way you can hurt a vampire is with a C-R-O-S-S. There's no way I'm typing that out, lol. Or a steak, S-T-E-A-K. My Immortal is one of the best things to ever exist. But anyway, I keep forgetting that attack has pathetic range. That launched you much further than I'd expect an axe to. Nope, don't you kill Zelda. Oh. Oh no, he has his final smash. Now he's gonna... Oh, I wish there was a way... Wow, that got both of us. But yeah, I was like, I wish there was a way to, like, dual guard Zelda or something, but I don't think I could have saved her there. I was thinking that I could, like, if Friendly Fire was on, I could have grabbed her and tried to throw her out of the way of that attack. I wonder if that's a legitimate strategy in some Friendly Fire-enabled multiplayer battles. Okay, so, goal here is to KO you as quickly as possible. Oh, I know that I can edge guard. Or, you know, KO them as quickly as possible and not take any damage at all. I guess some of the higher level spirits are just kind of glass cannon fights at this point. But anyway, that's one incarnation of Prince Darkness Ganon defeated. I still love saying it that way. Wisdom and Courage will be our allies. In other words, we'll probably be recruiting Zelda here, but we've already recruited... No, Young Link. We still have Young Link, and I'm really interested to get Young Link because I want to see how different Young Link is from... Why the heck is Metagross here? I guess the Guardians, maybe? Guardians in Breath of the Wild are kind of like Metagross. Of course, periodic earthquakes, because it's interesting how Metagross is generally associated with earthquakes. Despite not really naturally learning the move, but I guess just about every competitive Metagross ever uses Earthquake. That was really annoying, because I remember back in the day how hard it was to do competitive battling when TMs were only one use. So, you know, you only had one Earthquake TM, you had to replay the entire game to get another one, and yeah. Or you had to very creatively make breeding chains in order to get the TM on top of Pokemon, and at that point as well, only male Pokemon could pass down TM moves by breeding, so... Lickety Whip Trip. Yeah, it was annoying. And yeah, some people have said that making TM's infinite use does make the main storyline a lot easier, and that is definitely true, but... it's so much more convenient for competitive battling. I just used to hate how there was only one Earthquake TM. Huh. Zangeki no Ring? I've heard that title before. Like, I've heard that title before, but I'm not actually sure what this is. I'm gonna look it up now. Okay, it's an action game. It appears to be Japan only. Melee weapons. You are giants! Well, that's interesting. Kind of funny using Ashnod in the Dark Worlds. He was still a pretty cool spirit battle. I wish he was a bit stronger, actually.
Ready? Go!
Whoa! Almost lunged right off the edge there! And almost did it again. Well, one of them's down. Oh, my axe barely missed you. But it has Weapon Triangle's advantage against you anyway. It's not like it's going to do a lot of damage. Oh. Where do uppercuts fall in the Weapon Triangle? Guess we'll find out when Three Houses comes out, because that has fist weapons. If Three Houses even has a Weapon Triangle. It probably does, but, you know what? Considering how far I record ahead, by the time this video comes out, we'll probably know whether or not Three Houses has a Weapon Triangle. That's just a dead end. Oh well, at least we cleared that out. Anyway, we can either head down that way, and I think the Fighter of the Lost Woods is closer. Maybe that's Young Link. Oh, of course it would be Young Link in front of the Master Sword's pedestal, because that's kind of the last thing he does in Ocarina of Time before turning into Adult Link. Well, hi Navarre. Of course it's critical hits. Battering items. Yeah, because I think killing edges are classed as battering items, not sword items. Well, I suppose we can use a Fire Emblem character here. How long has it been since I used Ike? We got Lucina a little bit more recently, so let's go with Lucina. And, well, we're in this sacred realm, let's use a Divine Dragon. I've actually heard that the emblem on the emblem on Lucina's cape actually changes in some of her outfits, just like Captain Falcon's does. So in her Thalia outfit, it looks like Grima's emblem, and in this one, I think it looks more like the brand of the... Let me just see if I can zoom in. Wow, the camera control is really different to how it was in past Smash games. Yeah, no, that's not the brand of the Exalt. That is actually Naga's symbol, and I only know that because it's on the cover of, Awakening. However, nope, almost walk off ledge, you. And yeah, it's this song again. And yeah, the part... Well, he's dead. No, he's not. Yeah, this part right here is the actual Fire Emblem theme. So, the Fire Emblem theme was actually in Melee, but most people didn't realize it was, since it's just, like, completely overshadowed by the Together We Ride portion of the remix. Yeah, so this is it. And it's kind of subdued sounding as well. It's also interesting how they made Together We Ride the recruitment theme of the first Fire Emblem release in the West, probably because of Melee. Because when I first... I know what's weird, so... The first time you hear that song in FE7 is when you recruit Will, and Will, he kind of looks like Roy, and kind of has brownish-reddish hair. So when I first saw Will in the village and heard that theme for the first time, I was like, oh, it's Roy! I don't know if anyone else reacted that way when I first played FE7, but... Saria? Probably Saria. Caitlin and Katie. Is she the child who keeps getting lost? Because I know that I remember pointing out on one of Chugga's videos that he'd like the fact that the lost girl's name is a horrible pun in Japanese, Maiko, which is so common. Like, that pun is insanely common in Japanese, because Maigo means lost child, so you often see lost children named Maiko in Japanese media. Like, you know, either physically or metaphorically lost, like the one in Persona 3. Actually, no, Katie. Katie is the lost child, isn't she? Because I remember Chugga going on his angry rant about how she's his least favorite character in all of Animal Crossing. Lucina just killed someone's mother. How ironic. Uh-oh. I don't want to kill the tiny Isabel, but I have to, I'm so sorry. We gave Lucina a bit of screen time already. I might want to switch over to someone else. I was actually planning on using Wolf for a bit. I guess he does kind of look like a Wolf-Oss, so that'll fit with this area, because I didn't really get to use Wolf all that much, or really talk about how I felt about using him that much for... East, South... Oh... It's one of these, isn't it? Thought so. East, South, and then South. Well, at least these hints are a lot more... Celebi. Oh no, 4-star. At least these hints are a lot less obtuse than the ones in, you know, the original Zelda games. Oh, where do we see those sparkles? East, South, and then continue South. East, South, South. Okay. The invisible path calls to you. However, I guess we can get to another fighter soon. Haven't actually used Olimar for ages, so I might as well use Olimar to fight the Bulborb, even though he has been nerfed in the patch. Where are you, Captain Lolimar? There you are. Actually, have not used Alf at all, so let's use Alf. It's interesting how in Japanese, I probably mentioned this before, but in Japanese the character is actually called Pikmin and Olimar, or Pikmin and Alf. So I don't know why they removed that from the English version.
Ready? Go!
Because the Pikmin are just as much a part of the fighter as Olimar is. I'm guessing you like to use your regular B move. Of course, yeah, because Bulbob's like om-nom-nomming things. And I guess to date this video, as of recording this, the Runaway guys have recently started their... can be enhanced. Well, we already have Emperor Bulblack, so maybe that Bulbear, the one that regenerates when it dies, maybe? But yeah, the Runaway guys have recently started, as of recording this, Proton John playing Pikmin Blind, which should be interesting to see. Landy, why are you only 2 stars? You're pretty important to that Kirby game. Of course, it's 4 Charizards. Did promise I'd use Wolf, so let's... Or I could use Meta Knight or DDD for this. Didn't really use Meta Knight very much earlier. There you are.
Meta Knight.
Oh yeah, you've got us. So yeah, that's Dark Meta Knight, who I know for bleeding an actual tear of blood, and that's Galacta Knight. Yeah, let's use Galacta Knight. I was originally going to go for Manly Pink Meta Knight, but no, Galacta Knight is kind of cool. I want to say that Meta Knight actually had a Galacta Knight palette swap in Project M before this was a thing, but...
Go!
Dangerous Dinner. Yeah, that's the level name of this one. That attack lasted longer than I expected. Is that... I don't know who that is as the prince there. Is that... L'Oreal? I don't know. Because I don't really have a lot of Mii's created on this system. I think that's just a generic one. I KO'd you by throwing a mine at you, not with the explosion. Oh, if only I had control, I would walk into my own mine. Victory mine! Just like Victory Pit is a thing in some competitive shooting games. Okay, so let's see. Next we have you. There is one who awaits the arrival of a hero. Okay then. Jacob! That official art is relatively recent. It is, because yeah, only Felicia had official art for a while. I guess I can fight you now. Let's continue using, using Meta Knight for a bit. Items will pull towards the enemy. I think they remixed this again in this game, but I like this remix of it. This is actually my first exposure to the song at all. Well, apart from the trailers. Baseball. Nope, you got it. And bye-bye, Butler.
Victory!
That was easy. I had my own servant take you away. But yeah, that is, I think, relatively recent. I still can't believe they just announced an art book for Fates and they're like, oh, by the way, we're still not going to give most of the characters official art. Because I don't know why they did that. Anyway. The Light of the Plaza engraved... What? Oh, okay. Like, as in... As in, like, it's a clock or something? Probably. Malon. But let's see who this is first. Well, there was a Hyrule DLC level, and, well, Sonic's fanbase is almost, well, is even more unpleasable than Zelda's fanbase, so I guess it makes sense. I was wondering where Sonic would be. Okay, we gotta fight you with Mario, of course. It's still kind of interesting, because I remember, I think it was a J-Witz video where he was like, I love Smash Bros. Brawl because finally we can have a no-holds-barred fight between Sonic and Mario, and to me, someone who never actually... Well, for one, I didn't grow up with either of the original Nintendo and Sega consoles. By the time that I started getting game consoles, Sega had long since stopped getting into the console market. So the Nintendo versus Sega console war was something that I was never really involved in. In fact, my first Sonic game was Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on the GameCube. So, yeah, that kind of shows how late I got into the console, well, not wars, consoles, but yeah. Again, I've never really been one to be, you know, in the console wars. To me, I'm into games, not consoles. I get a console because it has games that I like on it, not the other way around. Like getting games because you're loyal to a console. And yeah, like, the obligatory mention of the fact that Sonic only technically has one remix. And even then... Oh, didn't get to banana you. And even then, it was actually from another album of the guy who was doing that. I'm surprised you're not down yet. There we go. Now, Sonic used to be one of my mains, and he was probably the character in Brawl that I did the best job of keeping up with competitive players as. I could kind of rush down people decently well with Sonic, so I guess we'll see how that works. Hilda. Well, I suppose it makes sense for you to be near there, but I'm guessing that path is blocked. I might as well clear it out, though. And yeah, Zelda has an actual Hilda palette, so that makes sense. As the Low Rule theme, which is a rearrangement of the Dark World theme, which already got rearranged in this game. Hey, Shadow is in this note. Okay, let's see how different Sonic is. Lots of air attacks. I mean, I remember Sonic being pretty good in the air. I would chant the SONIC Go song, which is the Japanese version of Gotta Go Fast, by the way. Oh look, you have a Darkling supporting you. That's totally not spoilers. Oh no! Is there a Dark Room immunity or something? Sonic is blinded by the darkness of his fan base. I do remember that downward kick being really fun. Hey, and the other thing about Sonic is that he has a lot of confusion potential because a lot of his moves look really similar. Oh, he does get the reticule with the homing attack, and I think it's the same one from the... looks like the Wii version of Unleashed. He has a lot of air control, too. But I remember that... Okay, KO'd you by throwing a gun in your face. I remember that punch not really having that much knockback until Smash 4, I think? Yeah. I also remember, like, when I was in Japan ages ago, like when I was back in high school, I remember buying a Japanese guidebook to... Hey, look! Sonic's movement speed in the world map is roughly equal to how fast he is in, Lost World. Anyway. I remember buying, like, a Japanese guidebook to... Smash Brawl, and it talked about one advantage of Sonic being that his speed lets him get to items faster than other characters can. Well, I suppose that's the closest thing to a Mr. L song we have. It'd probably make more sense for your Final Smash to be negative zone here. This song's still great, though.
Ready? Go!
Now, Luigi's trying to get his revenge after Mario defeated Sonic. But it will not work. I got distracted a little bit there. Ugh. I keep picking up these an actual attack. I think Sonic's dashing attack has changed. It used to be a spin. Okay, slight kick. Don't really. That's a tilt. Okay then. That looks really similar to his, like his down and side tilts look really similar actually. Ignore that one. Oh, nice shot there. Now, depending on how things go, I might not actually get to the fighter in the woods. It depends on how long it takes me to get there. If I do get there, I'll end the episode with them, but if not, we'll see. Ah, invisible path. Okay, another owl statue just appeared. Oh no, it's gonna ask me if I want to repeat things. Woodman. I'm guessing you need to take all the invisible paths to get to that fighter, so we'll see. North, west, north, and then continue north. Okay. Okay, north. Wait. There's another fighter there too. Chic Mask. Kinda wanna find the Crom outfit, because I might need to use that for something. Okay, north is actually here. North to beat Tiny Kong. Oh wow, there's two different effects here. I remember Tiny Kong getting an interesting, let's just say, redesign in the Diddy Kong Racing remake, because they had to add her in to compensate for the lack of rare characters in the remake. Whoa! I almost was worried for a second that I'd fall off the platform. Oh, and they turn tiny occasionally. That's cool. That makes sense. It's funny, Donkey Kong 64 these days always gets brought up as an example of how not to do a collectathon platformer, but I always, like, it looked okay to me. But yeah, there was just a huge amount of collectibles. I think if it weren't for the fact that, like, the small bananas were exclusive to each Kong, it would have probably been a lot better. Are you gonna, seriously, that, did I just slightly angle my punch there? Huh. But yeah, it looked like you almost suicided there, but you didn't. I like the idea of Tiny's feather crossbow as well, especially how she defeats one of the faces of K. Rool by just giving him a toe ache. I've already forgotten the directions. North, west, north, and then north. Okay. North, west, north, and then north again. Dive in with courage, right? That means we go into the water. Okay, Woodman. The one that the guy who can't defeat, the one who can't defeat Airman also can't defeat, and thus making it even harder to defeat Airman. Not really sure why there's two of you, but Mega Man 2, I guess. Also, yeah, Woodman's theme. I've never really understood how to use the leaf shield in this game, because you can't move while you're using it, and yeah. But I guess they're showing me how. Time to punch trees. This is a pretty cool remix, though. I always thought, like, a lot of Mega Man 2's soundtrack sounded like the Wily 2 theme. Like, this song sounds kind of like the Wily 2 theme. The thing I have a projectile is B. I'm too used to other characters. Okay, how to finish you. Oh, I can't race through leaves. There we go. Spin. Fire weakness also makes sense, because Woodman was weak to the atomic fire. I think he died in one shot to the charged version on easy mode, or 2 shots on the only Japanese difficulty, because easy was added for the English version. Ah, here we go. Oh, but... okay, we're not quite there yet with the fighter. Saria! Okay. They use Isabelle for so many characters in this. Covered in fog, will charge up a powerful final smash. Doesn't really seem to make that much sense for Saria, but oh well. And yeah, this song is Saria's song, but then it just became the general loss. In fact, yeah, that's something that I've been reading about recently that's kind of interesting, that the song eventually became more associated with Skull Kid than with Saria, because the Skull Kid originally showed up in the... uh-oh! I thought there was a wall there I could wall jump off of. But yeah, they played that song for the Skull Kid in, I don't know if it was in Majora's Mask. I know it was in Twilight Princess, where the Skull Kid looked really creepy. But yeah, this song was literally called Saria's song originally, but then got associated with a different character entirely. I like how the Pikmin just build obstacles here. Yep. Let's not do that. I said let's not do that again, and yeah. More defeats to Saria, then to Alucard, ladies and gentlemen.
Ready? Go!
Also, this was the Young Link song from Melee. I just oh, don't... it forgot me again. I've probably already said this before, but this is actually the, like, I played Smash before I played Ocarina of Time, so yeah. This is my first exposure to this song. When I first played, Smash, I probably already told the story, but I'm pretty sure the only Zelda game I would have played was Oracle of Ages, I think. I think it's funny, like, I can't believe this is how I got into Zelda, but I think my parents only got, because again, like, Oracle of Ages was my sister's game. Bounce right into your hands there. And I think the only reason they got it for her was it's like, oh, Zelda, it's a happy princess game, she'll love it. And you play as a different character entirely. Okay, it says powerful Final Smash, so I've got to be aware of that. And it got me. I'm probably dead. Yep. Oh, I think I could have survived that if I'd held a different direction, because I didn't quite go off the edge immediately. I wonder if you are indeed guarding young Link. We'll see.
Ready? Go!
Yeah, I'm definitely not nearly as good with Sonic as I used to be. I did like the original Lost Woods puzzle in Ocarina of Time, though, where you had to listen to the music, and the music would get quieter if the path was one that would just walk you back to the entrance. There's been a lot of different ways of doing the Lost Woods puzzle in various Zelda games, and that one was pretty cool, though I dread to think of how deaf players would handle that. I do know there's one, in one of the Carmen Sandiego games, there's a puzzle that requires audio cues, and they actually do have a hidden setting for deaf players. I know you're a boss from Pikmin 3. Just drop that rather than through it. Kind of makes sense for you to be using that because you are Goron Tunic, young Link. Except young Link can't wear the Goron Tunic. There was so much equipment that young Link didn't have access to in that game. Okay, this part's gone on for quite a while, but I probably cut some footage from my failures against Saria, so... Well, they kept the classic sound. Ah. Well, at least I can grab that. I may have to end this part here, though. Rex! Okay, then. Not really sure why you're in here, but my earlier comment about that outfit being... I know that's Sharla now, but it does kind of look like Rex. Starts with a fire bar, makes sense. Okay, so to date this video a bit... it's, as of recording, it's the 22nd of March, and I just watched Critical Role live. It would be, I think, episode 56, and... Okay, that was one of the most adrenaline-pumping experiences I've ever had, so, yeah, I'm gonna channel that adrenaline into this, yeah. I think we might as well clear up some of the spirits that I bypassed earlier, so let's go for Mimikyu right now. Of course, it's the Alolan Pikachu. You take serious damage, and of course, it's only Mimikyu's. I guess I can keep using Sonic for a bit. I might actually switch over. But, the thing with Mimikyu is, I mean, I really like Mimikyu, but I think it's partially because I hate Pikachu so much. Like, that it gives me, I don't know, there's just this kind of feeling of satisfaction in seeing, like, a Pokemon that's, like... I don't know, just like a Pokemon that's jealous of Pikachu's popularity, but ended up becoming incredibly popular itself. But I will say I don't really like some of the creepier depictions Mimikyu has got. I prefer the more heartwarming depictions of it. Lately, like, even its depiction in Smash, it's like instant death if you're above 100%. It's just, I don't know, I prefer the more, you know, heartwarming interpretation of it, just wanting to be loved. But anyway... Oh, I know you. You're from Animal Crossing. You're the one who runs the Dream... No, you're not. No, that's Luna, isn't it? So I actually don't know who you are from Animal Crossing. I know you are from Animal Crossing. What is it with this area and everyone taking serious damage? It seems like that's kind of a recurring theme here. Anyway, I promised that I'd use Wolf, so let's see. Manly Pink Wolf. Didn't get a chance to use Manly Pink Meta Knight, so let's go. Sort of makes sense to be using Yuga here. And this is surprisingly epic Animal Crossing music.
Ready, go!
Oh, we were all at 999%. I didn't even realize that. But yeah, for some reason, Animal Crossing City Folk is called Animal Crossing Let's Go to the City in Europe. I don't know why. And 90%, not 100%. Okay, I was wrong then. Okay, Celebi. Mewtwo. Well, I suppose it's a Psychic-type legendary. Fog, constantly take minor damage. Yeah, you're flowery. I suppose that makes sense. Oh, of course, they're using the... I think this is the only Gold and Silver song they have. Admittedly, it remixes a lot of different songs from Gold and Silver, but still, are you tiny or am I just big? Okay, this wolf with the flower looks incredibly hilarious. Yeah, the thing... Oh, no. Oh, I could have easily had that, and then I just had to blow it by using my side B. Forgot that left you helpless. I used it, and then a second later I realized, oh right, that goes in a diagonal arc, that might land me off the edge, and it did. The wolf is basically a totally original character disguised as a clone. Most of his attacks are totally unique from Fox and Falco. Or, like, if they are, they... Do I have to press it a second time to get the second kick? That seems like it has a lot shorter range than I remember it from Brawl. I'm not even hitting you as well. I mainly know Celebi just from how it actually got an in-game event that was, not available outside Japan. But I think they restored it in the Virtual Console version of Crystal. They actually, for the first time, we can officially get that event in English, which is pretty awesome. And of course, the whole GS Ball arc in the anime, which I'm sure many people already know, but yeah. The GS Ball was planned to be a story arc that would end with it containing Celebi, but then they realized Celebi would end up appearing in the 4th movie, and they were like, let's just save that for the movie, and completely drop that plot point from the series. Oh, we have to have Shulk versus Rex. To abruptly change topics here, I will say, I definitely prefer Shulk as a protagonist to Rex, but it's still hard for me to decide which of the Xenoblade Chronicles games I like better. I think I like one's characters and overall, I don't know, feel, I'd say, better, but I prefer the gameplay and story of 2.
Ready?
That's how I describe it. And it's not to say that Why am I suiciding with side Bs here? It's not to say that I dislike the first Xenoblade story, but more than I thought that 2's was even better. One story was amazing for its first 2 arcs, but its 3rd arc, like the 3rd act, I felt was very disjointed from the other 2 acts, and it just felt, I don't know, like... It's hard to say without spoilers, but I felt like Xenoblade 2's story was more consistent, like every arc directly led into the next arc. Whereas in the first one, let's just say there's a pretty drastic change in villain from Acts 1 and 2 to Act 3. And yeah, there was foreshadowing, but overall it feels like the game is telling 2 different stories. Whereas Xenoblade 2 feels more like one consistent story. Anyway, of course we'd find Skull Kid in the woods. I am wondering how we get there though, but I guess we broke down that bridge. Not bridge, we broke down that tree. What is this, Fire Emblem and Snags? I know there's a Skull Kid outfit for Mii Brawler, mostly because everyone requested Skull Kid to be in this game. At least Skull Kid finally got to be in Hyrule Warriors. Still remember when everyone was like, oh yeah, let's get Skull Kid in Hyrule Warriors and then Tingle. Because in Japan, I think Tingle's the one who's considered most iconic to that game. I haven't used Toon Link in a bit. Let's go with Toon Link. As for how I feel on the whole Americans hate Tingle issue, I feel like in most of the games where Tingle... Like, I feel like that's the thing. Tingle's not meant to be likable. Like, I don't think Tingle's meant to be a likable character in any of his appearances, so... Like, he's meant to be seen as creepy and weird, which fit with Majora's Mask, but I guess didn't really fit so much with the other games he was in. I suppose the tiny thing Meta Knights are referencing your fairies? Also, are we all invisible? Oh, I know which one I am now. I thought the Skull Kid assist trophy would summon the moon, but I guess it's because the moon, is its own assist trophy. No, I guess it makes sense to defeat Skull Kid without defeating either of the two fairies. Enhanced. So you'll either turn into... Oh, Skull Kid wearing Majora's Mask, probably. I was thinking Twilight Princess Skull Kid, or even the moon, but no, probably just Skull Kid wearing Majora's Mask. And so we have a new fighter. Let's see who it is. I had a feeling it would be Young Link, but I thought Young Link would be that fighter. And of course we have this song again. Well, let's fight Young Link with his replacement. So, like I said, I've been really eager to get to Young Link because I'm really interested to find out how different he is from Toon Link. There's a lot of people who are just like, why they bring back Young Link, because again, they have Toon Link, they're really similar. And I was like, I for one, back when Brawl first came out, I was overjoyed they replaced Young Link with Toon Link, honestly. Because I just felt Young Link was too similar looking to Adult Link, just like a younger version of Adult Link, whereas Toon Link at least represented a different set of Zelda games. Because at that point, both Adult Link and Young Link represented Ocarina of Time. And... I believe that attack's called Stone Pedestal, but I like to call it Ganondorf's Head. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how different Young Link is from Toon Link in this one. Ah, couldn't quite snipe him. I've heard Young Link is incredibly fast, so I guess we'll find that out. I know that he still has the fire arrows. I wonder if his bombs are different from the other Links. Okay. I suppose we need both Young Link and Zelda. I mean, I suppose since it's kind of young Zelda in this game, so it kind of fits with the two of them being the heroes of this realm. Now, how the heck do we get there? Is the real question here. Because this is going to really bug me. Or it could be a case like Isabelle where we have to come back later. Oh, this is really going to bug me. I'm incredibly tempted to look up a guide because I don't want to leave an area unfinished. But it seems like we've cleared out the forest as best we can.